Hey Nakama, this is Gomu Gomu. It's me. My name is Alden, and today we're going to be talking about episode 1080, a celebration banquet, the new emperors of the sea. Let's get into this. So, where do I get into this? I got some theories about, well, not theories, but some statements to make about these kind of episodes, but I digress. The episode starts off with the Gorosei, and there's a picture in the paper that they don't particularly like, and I think we all know why or what and why, but we're gonna get into that. And they keep talking, and they say we wanted the name D removed, right? They don't want people to, start putting things together, right? So we see a snippet of the picture, and it's Luffy in Gear 5. Obviously, we were correct in our assumptions. They want production of the image stopped, but Big News Morgan is elated by the picture and the news because, we cut to Big News Morgan. I feel like I say we cut to a lot, but I'm just going to try to make it more fluid. But anyways, Big News Morgan is trying to stop the world government from siphoning information and only releasing what they want, excuse me. So they don't want certain aspects of what happened in Wano to get out. So they're trying to stop it. He's like, no, we want true facts. We want all news, whatever. Get it out, right? So in the article, it says Kaido and Big Mom defeated, and the news is spreading everywhere, right? So we see a few towns get the paper, and in the background of one of the towns, we see a picture of Sabo, more like a big portrait. Why is that? Manga readers know, but we'll get into that if I start doing manga breakdowns. It's just going to be kind of hard because releasing, like, I don't want to do too many videos like back to back. Like, I like having a little like separated schedule so that way they're whatever. I'll figure it out though. Maybe I'll do like half episodes. Whatever. I don't know why I just made it. Don't worry about me. So Law, Luffy, and Kid all get the 3 billion berry bounty. Now that's top tier. That's upper. Like right here you see Vivi, but like my whole wall over here has all the bounties. Well, all the like older ones, like it has when Luffy was 1.5 billion and Sanji and Zoro were like 10 million apart. So yeah, so 10 million, but whatever. So like 3 billion is up there with that's what that's what Teach was before obviously all this stuff. So whatever. So we see Kid and he races into the flower capital, and Killer mentions that there's a new emperor of the sea. Who that's going to be, I'm pretty sure everybody knows if you use deductive reasoning, but we're going to find out. Anyways, I just want to also mention that Law is amazing for being stuck with such an underwhelming crew, because like he's elevated himself to 3 billion basically by himself. Beppo does nothing. I mean, he has here and there, but literally nobody else is on anybody's level. Like, I'm pretty sure if we go down the Straw Hats, like they would get past Nami maybe, like maybe. But so just seeing how far Law has reached could be, is amazing. But could that be his downfall later in the story? I guess we'll find out on the next episode of wait, that's the wrong anime. But you get what I'm saying. So anyways, we get back to the flower capital, and the chef is preparing a lot of food for everyone. They're like testing it 4 or 5 times. They said no poison, all this stuff, right? And they bring the food out to like this little banquet hall, and Jinbei is the only one there just chilling. He said, yeah, the others couldn't be asked to wait for 2 hours, so I'm here. It looks like a lot of good food, and he's just chilling, sipping sake and drinking or sipping sake and eating whatever the chef prepared. I'm pretty sure it was Odin because like that's what he alluded to, but I'm not gonna make assumptions. Anyway, so we cut back to the capital with Luffy running with Chopper and Yamato, as you see in my thumbnail. They're all celebrating. They're all trying new foods. Everything is free tonight. Everything like we have what we have. We're giving it away, and we're gonna rebuild tomorrow, right? We're worried about the festival, so they're all just chilling, playing games, doing this and doing that. So we cut to Brook. And why is it that Brook can throw a rock concert wherever he goes? Like he's in like samurai fucking era Wano, like in Japan. Like if you were like, and I get that they did a lot of string music, but he's playing rock music. So it's just funny to me to see. But anyways, he's doing that. But then Hiyori comes up and she's gonna perform Moon Princess with Brook. So that's like everything's happening in the center. Everybody's having fun. Blah blah blah. Now we get into Robin finding a poneglyph, and then she gets approached by the man in the Tengu mask. I was calling him Tengu for this whole time until I actually did like one Google search and realized that Tengu is like a mythic whatever. So I apologize, but we're not talking about that because we actually find out that the man in the Tengu mask was actually Kozuki Sukiyaki. Yeah, I think I wrote it right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so he was him the whole time. He talks about how he was trapped in the room that they're in right now, like it was his confinement room. And then when he finally escaped, Odin was already passed. It was already killed. Wano had been taken over. It was thrown into refuge, and he was thinking about performing the act of unaliving himself, and he decided not to. He decided he's gonna stick around and see how, or try to make up for his failures. Because he was the reason that Orochi was able to take over Wano. So, Robin basically just, I don't really care about your past. I don't, whatever. She mentions that Wano has Pluton. She found that out on the poneglyph in Alabasta, and now she's bringing it up because she's talking to somebody who's a direct person that is probably going to have the answers. And then he confirms that it is there. And they just have like this intense cut back and forth stare down, and then it cuts away. And then we get to the prison in Udon. And in the prison, you see like the rest of not the rest, but the beast pirates, like King, Queen, Babunaki, like I forget his name. But he's there, and an admiral shows up. It's the same admiral we saw flying in like the little shadow thing. So we see he's coming up to do some things, right? So Kaido's men and the admiral exchange words. They're like, so Kaido's men are like, man, fuck this. They attack, and then we see some wood type stuff come out of his body, like his body becomes wood. And as well as we know, when they connect, it drains your life. That's all we really know, right? So he's like, he took down every one of the subordinates. Then we get King. Then we see that he gets Queen, and then he gets King, basically making light work of them. They were basically already defeated and trying to recover, but it's still like a pretty big feat, right? And at the beginning, you don't really know what the draining does, but you come to find out later, it's exactly what you would think it is. So I'll mention it later when it comes back up, when he mentions it, right? Admiral's name is Ryukuguyu. I promise you, I'm trying as hard as I can to say this word. His name, rather, excuse me, but I'm just going to call him Ryo. I know there's Ryu, Ryuo, but we're going to call him Ryo. Ryo. So he seems to have his own style of justice, right? Like he calls for a warship to Wano, but he tells the person that he's talking to, don't tell Sakazuki. So he has his own way of going about things. And Wano's kind of like a free for all because it's not part of the world government. So anyways, he sets his sights on Luffy. He says he wants to get complimented on a job well done by defeating Luffy and bringing his head back to the fleet admiral. So we cut back to the Flower Capital, and Luffy's giving a toast to everybody. There's people in the crowd going, hey, yeah, guy, yeah, whatever this, yeah, whatever that. And like, when you start to think about it, you're like, why aren't they giving him more like praise? Like, why aren't they saying, yeah, savior of Wano, this, and this? And then we cut to Luffy telling Momo not to tell the people of Wano about him. He doesn't want to be a hero. He basically explains to Momo that people want Momo to be the one who took down Kaido, the one who saved them, the one who brought them out of, the one who liberated them, stuff like that. They don't need it to be an outsider, because then there's just this legend and, oh, well, Momo's the Shogun, but should he really be the Shogun, and would he be if the other guy didn't? So it just stands to reason that Momo should keep Luffy a secret, even though Momo doesn't want to take credit for something he really didn't do, even though he did save the Flower Capital. So, it's just Luffy dropping life lessons over and over again to Momo, trying to teach him how to be a man within the short while he's known him. Now we cut back to the Flower Capital, and Kid finally catches up to Luffy. And he jumps at Luffy saying, I'm going to take your head. But Luffy, instead of sensing the hostility, embraces and shares a drink with Kid, right? Then we start cutting around Wano, or the Flower Capital rather, and Wano actually, because they start letting off fireworks. And everybody in Wano is celebrating. They're all drinking, toasting, laughing, smiling. Jinbei enjoys a drink on his own. He's like the old strong man of this anime. That's him. That's what he's going to be, I think, for the rest of the anime. He drank by himself and ate by himself earlier because he didn't want to be rude. And now he's drinking on a porch, watching the thing going, this is going to make me drink some more. So it gives me very, if you've ever seen Avatar The Last Airbender, he gives me, I don't know how to say his name, but the uncle's vibes. Uncle Ior. You know what I'm talking about, though. I haven't seen it in so long, I forgot how to say his name. I apologize. But that's what he gives me, right? So anyway, so then we cut to other people in the flower capital. Then we cut to Kinemon with his wife, Otsuru, enjoying the fireworks. Everybody's celebrating, right? Then we get back to Kid saying he wants to beat Luffy because of, and then he hands Luffy the paper. Where we find out, drum roll, that Buggy. Hold on. I shouldn't have started like that. That Blackbeard, Shanks, Buggy, and Luffy are the new 4 Emperors of the Sea. Now, we knew they were going to have to give us, not have to, but they were going to give us 4 because 7 Warlords, 4. Like, they like to keep things concise even if they lose 1 or 2, right? So we knew, I pretty much figured that they were going to give us 4. I basically figured they were going to give us 4, so I'm pretty sure everybody else did. So, those are your 4 Emperors of the Sea now. We're going to find out about Buggy why. Manga readers, but I mean, it's pretty funny how it comes about, but whatever. Now we cut back, like after Luffy sees everything and he like, oh, what the? We cut back and we see Ryu walking to the capital with his devil fruit power, creating like a Hashirama Naruto reference level effect, right? He's like bringing shit back to life. And now, what I want to say real quick is, when I saw this part in the anime, I thought he was coming to Wano to help the people of Wano, in a sense that, because I know somebody's gonna be like, well, they weren't part of the world government and this and this and this. Like, I feel like they might have wanted Wano to like join into the world government, so they might be trying to like do things for. This was, and then you gotta understand, like the manga chapters aren't like super long, so it's not like I had time to sit there and delve into this. I was literally, while I flipped the page, well, not to flip the page, but while I was sitting there flipping on an app, I was sitting there trying to figure out, like, what is he doing? Why is the flower power activating? Why is he shit like that. But no, I was wrong. He confirms that he bleeds people dry. This is back what I was saying when I was talking about the devil fruit thing. And he bleeds people dry. He wants to bleed Luffy and all of them. So, that's the end of the episode. The preview is we see the Akazaya 9 are going to fight Ryu. Well, they're not really 9 anymore, but they're going to fight Ryu in the efforts to give Luffy peace. I think that's why they're fighting him. I mean, obviously, I think they want to defend their own land. But we see Shanks is on his ship. Why would it be cutting to Shanks? I guess we'll find out. Anyways, one thing I want to mention is what I was saying earlier was these kind of celebration type episodes for One Piece, they kind of remind me of like beach episodes for other anime. It's like a filler, but it's not, because you still get all this information. We got the new admiral, we got the new emperors, the bounties, and all that stuff, but it's like nothing. Something did happen, so it's not literally apples to apples, it's apples and oranges, but you get what I'm saying. So anyways, so this episode I would probably give it like a 8.5 out of 10, because a lot of stuff did happen, even though it was kind of like a chilled, laid back type episode. So I was very pleasantly not surprised, but I was very pleasantly engaged, I guess you could say, with how they did everything. So it was a good episode. I'm glad we're finally getting to the end of Wano. We're still not out of Wano yet, but we're getting to the end of Wano, and there's a whole bunch in store for manga readers. Now, for people that read the manga, if you want me to review the episode or the chapters, the releases, if you want me to review it, let me know. I'll try to figure out a way to post the episode review on Sunday, and then the manga on Monday, so it could be Manga Monday, episode 2 Sunday. So I'll figure that out. But anyways, well, I just wanted to say, be safe and well on your journeys. Have fun and enjoy your travels, and just know I will be the king of YouTube. Peace.